Attention all you rule breakers, you misfits and troublemakers, all you free spirits and pioneers, all you visionaries and nonconformists. Everything the establishment has told you is wrong with you is actually what's right with you. You see things others don't. You are hardwired to change the world.
Hello, this is Rahasia Uncensored coming to you again with one of our short little 6-7 minute videos, and it's about just questioning some of our answers. One of the things I'd like to bring up is I get quite a few emails, and most of them are pretty positive, but once in a while I get people wondering why it is I'm being so skeptical. And I'd just like to throw a few things out there for everybody to think about. So I thought it might be a good idea just to let you know a few things, and this is something to think about. I didn't distribute a drug called Factor 8 in the 1980s, tainted with HIV virus and doing it intentionally, infecting and killing thousands of people around the world. Bayer did that. Bayer did that. That was a big corporation that did that on purpose. Me, I didn't experiment with the flu vaccine and expose mental patients and prisoners in Michigan to a pandemic virus in 1942. Jonas Salk and the U.S. government did that. That wasn't me either. I didn't launch a drug called Vioxx in 1999 while knowing that it increased the risk of fatal heart attacks and strokes before it even hit the market. That wasn't me. This drug was responsible for at least 55,000 deaths in America. Merck did that. Another big corporation. I wasn't involved in the forced sterilization of immigrants, people of color, poor people, unmarried mothers, the disabled, and the mentally ill that spanned 32 states in the first half of the 20th century. The U.S. government did that. Our government. You know what? And I wasn't behind the illegal clinical trial of the drug Trozan in Nigeria in the 1990s during the meningitis epidemic that left 11 children dead. The Nigerian government did that. They weren't authorized. This was not an authorized trial without parental consent. Pfizer did that. It wasn't me that told American males that they were being treated for bad blood after luring them in with free meals, free physicals, free burial insurance, and some of the men had syphilis. Others were given the deadly venereal disease. The study was later discovered to be an experiment of syphilis, left untreated. Again, this was the U.S. government, our government. And it certainly wasn't me. I didn't publish a flawed study to mislead doctors into prescribing dangerous antidepressants, Paxil to children, and had the public thinking that it was safe. That was GlaxoSmithKline, another big corporation. I was not involved in the 1956 to the 58 U.S. Army experiment involving dropping hundreds of thousands of specially bred mosquitoes to see if they could be used as biological weapons. Specifically, yellow fever. I'll say it once more. That wasn't me. That was the U.S. government. So we have to think about these things. Not one of the examples here are conspiracy theory. They're all factual and verifiable. We are led to believe these types of things no longer occur. We cannot trust the pharmaceutical industry through the normal processing of our government agencies. They're not looking out for us. They don't have our best interest in mind, and I didn't plant this doubt in my mind. Their actions did. And if you ask me, I think their actions should plant doubts in all of our minds. That's the reason I'm putting this series of questioning our answers, because we're approaching vaccines, geoengineering, GMO foods, and how we are living in a world of endless wars created by the elites at the highest levels of the deep state. Don't blame me. I'm the skeptic, but I have good reason to be skeptical. I want to know what's going on behind the curtain, and so should you. I'm getting ready to do an interview with Kevin Shipp. He is probably the highest level deep state um, CIA whistleblower ever. He was a high level. He wasn't just a low level analyst. He's going to be an interesting interview. When I seen him speak, he brought up the fact that we have over 2,000 secret agencies within our country that hires 1.3 million Americans that have sworn and taken oaths not to say anything about what they're doing. So it's time to wake up, and I think a lot of us are waking up, and I can see this rumbling within our government. We have them on the run, so we can't give up right now. We have to keep doing what we're doing because there's a lot on the table right now, and it's called our future and our kids' future. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. And remember to catch me on bbsradio.com/spiritual activist. That's every other Friday at every other Saturday at 6:30. And also have a segment on the Golden Road television show called Rahasya Uncensored. And you can always check out our YouTube at youtube.com/LotusGuide. And be sure to pick up a copy of the Lotus Guide. It's located throughout the North Valley, all the way from Grass Valley, Nevada City, through Yuba City, Marysville, up to Chico and Paradise, on up to Redding, Red Bluff, and on up to Mount Shasta. And you can always read it online also at www.lotusguide.com. And if you like what I'm doing on my radio show, you can make a tax-deductible donation at www.spiritualactivist.com. Thank you.